Hello! I have not got Hey everyone, it's Alyssa and I am back with another video. I went on my Instagram recently and asked you guys what kind of like budgeting type videos you wanted to see from me. My what I spent in a week videos will be coming back shortly. Those videos are just very time consuming, not only to film but to edit. So you know, I said from the beginning I don't know if I'm going to be able to make them every single week and I just needed a couple weeks off, but I will make another one next week. So it'll be posted like 2 weeks from now. And I hope this lighting is okay. It is almost 11 p.m. I got some studio lighting so I can film at night after school. So I hope that this lighting is okay. But as I was saying, I went to Instagram, asked you guys if you wanted, if you had any suggestions for videos I should make. And one of you did suggest that I make this video, which is things that I had to sacrifice or give up when I started this debt-free journey and went on the Dave Ramsey baby steps. So if you'd like to know all about the things that I have given up in order to work towards paying off my debt, then definitely keep watching. Okay, so if you see me looking down on my phone during this video, that's because I have some notes written down on here of things I've given up. It's kind of a long list, but I don't want that to scare you guys. Honestly, like Dave Ramsey always says, you really do have to live like no one else for a short period of time so that later you can live and give like no one else. So short-term sacrifices for long-term rewards. So I'll kind of start with like more trivial like luxury things, and then we'll work our way to like the things that people find it really hard to say no to in our society, I guess. So the first thing is getting my nails done. I have not gotten a pedicure in, I would be willing to say, over a year. And I have the feet to prove it. They're not bad, but I definitely need to redo my nail polish. I'm looking at my toes right now and I'm just like, thank goodness it's closed-toed season. But I honestly just do manicures and pedicures on myself. I do have a gel nail kit from Red Carpet Manicure. They sent it to me for free, but they're not paying me to say anything about their products. But I've done 2 manicures on myself with that and I'm really liking it. It's really bad for you to peel off your gel manicure, but I always do it every single time. And I've noticed that the Red Carpet Manicure Gel does not damage my nails. Like, I would always have paper thin nails after picking off my nail salon nail polish, but with Red Carpet, it's honestly like not even a big deal. So I know you're not supposed to, but I do it. Anyways, and in the past I was getting acrylics on. Talk about damaging your nails, but I would spend anywhere from I think $40 to $50 every 2 weeks. So that's right around $100 a month that I have cut out of my budget. And the next thing is getting my hair done. So I have gone through the process of going from my natural hair color to a lighter hair color, which a lot of you guys saw my blondish hair like a month or 2 ago. And that's what I was working towards for quite a while, and I was doing what's called balayage. So I think like every 4 to 6 months I would go in and get that done, and it would cost $150 to $175. So that is anywhere from $300 to $525 a year that I have cut out because I dyed my hair myself. I can't, you know, say you should do that. It's totally up to you. I've done it before in the past and I don't use like Walmart or like CVS hair dye. I'll use stuff from Sally's, which people will argue is, you know, just the same. But I just did it once with like a demi-permanent hair color. I've washed it at least 10 times since then and it really hasn't faded a whole ton. But I'm not going to be dyeing my hair like from here on out. I just want to grow out my natural hair color. And I have trimmed it myself too. So that is what I'm doing to cut back on costs for haircuts and dyeing and everything like that, just keeping it as natural as possible so I do not have to step foot in a salon. Even when I wasn't dyeing my hair, I would get trims and they were at least $50 every time, and then with tip it was like $75. Along the same lines as the hair and the nails, as soon as I left my job in the medical field, I was really excited that I didn't have to wear scrubs anymore, and I was excited to have like kind of a big girl wardrobe, if you will. And I've always been very, very into capsule wardrobes. I'm actively working on kind of building a capsule wardrobe, so once that's accomplished, you guys will see videos of that topic. But I remember probably about a year ago, when I was kind of off the wagon, so to speak, I would go to Nordstrom Rack and just put so much money on my credit card with these clothes that I was like, okay, these are investment pieces, they're gonna last me. But one by one I would kind of just like return them because I regretted it. Honestly, it's so much more fun for me to go thrift store shopping, and obviously it's a lot more affordable, so that is almost entirely, like exclusively where I shop, unless I'm doing a video to show you guys, you know, a comparison of how much money I spend in a different store. But definitely trading higher end shopping for thrift stores if at all possible. And I have gotten Fossil purses, Coach purses at the thrift store. The only thing I can't find at the thrift store for me personally is shoes. I have size 11 feet and the only shoes that I find at thrift stores are like 8s or 9s that are relatively cute, so no luck yet. But if I did find a pair that I liked, most definitely I would buy them. But yeah, so basically I've traded shopping at higher end stores, you know, justifying the purchases to myself, thinking this is gonna last me, it's a quality investment piece. I'm telling myself thrift now so that maybe later you can walk into like regular Nordstrom and pay cash for clothes that are, you know, higher quality. But you can absolutely find high quality clothes at thrift stores as well. Another thing I am not purchasing is the most brand new version of every single electronic. I do have a new laptop, but that's because my old one died. My phone is a 7 Plus, so I don't know if that's like the 3rd model behind or 4th now, I don't even know. But definitely the biggest thing with this is to try and practice contentment. Just telling yourself that getting the newest iPhone is not going to make you happy. It's not going to get you closer to your goals. Phones are so expensive these days, as with like any electronic, but just really try and stay focused on your goals. My phone works perfectly fine and I will be keeping it until it no longer does so, and then I will be purchasing probably a refurbished older model iPhone, not older than this, but you know, older than the most brand new model, for cash. Another thing I have given up on, I would say 90% of the time, is eating out. And part of this has to do with, I have celiac disease, so eating out is honestly putting myself in a lot more danger physically than is worth it. But another portion of, you know, why I'm making that sacrifice is because eating out is so expensive. Whenever TJ and I get Thai food, it's at least $40, which if you guys see my cash envelope stuffing videos, I put $40 per paycheck into food. So thank goodness we split the meal, and we only go probably every 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, but that would wipe out my budget right then and there. So eating out takes so much of your budget. I've had people message me like saying that they don't think that they can grocery shop, they just can't do it, they have to put this much into, you know, eating out funds, and it's just not true. You can cook at home, I promise. And I would love to do more videos on like frugal recipes. I just live with someone who bakes out of our home. My mom has a licensed home bakery, so fighting for kitchen space is just like not possible. But in the future, when I'm on my own, I will absolutely make videos like that for you guys, about cheap recipes that you can like meal prep and eat throughout the week for dollars, like $2 or $3 per meal basically. That's ideas that I have coming up once I can move out, which brings me to my next thing that I've sacrificed on, which is moving out of the house. I am 24 years old and I'm still living at home, and trust me, it kills me. I have friends that own homes. You know, they obviously have a mortgage, they don't own it outright, but friends that are making steps like that towards their goals, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't compare myself to those people, but I try and just keep in mind that I don't know their financial situation. They could be in crippling debt. That home could be, you know, not a blessing to them. It could be a curse because they are not in the right financial position. And all I can do is control what I do. And I know that when I am in the position to afford a home, it will be a blessing because I will be completely debt free. I will have 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a bank account, and I will have at least 20% saved for a down payment. So, but obviously, you know, before that, obviously renting is an option. And I've decided to stay at home instead of moving out right away. Obviously, if my home situation was not good and I had to move out, I would be making so much slower progress on my debt. I think this month, or you know, in October, I paid off, I think, a little bit over $2,000 worth of debt. So obviously, you know, I could afford to move out with that money, but instead of doing that, I'm going to make some short-term sacrifices and get completely debt-free as soon as possible. That way I'm not stressing when I move out. Am I going to be able to make my car payment? Or, you know, even if that wasn't a concern, I'm just going to be treading water on my car loan for the next, you know, 6 years, whatever the life of the loan was. I'm pretty sure I had an 8-year loan, or have an 8-year loan, so it's just obnoxious. So a lot of people, they just feel the need to move out as soon as possible, and everyone that I've ever talked to says stay at home as long as you can because rent is crazy, you know, mortgages are crazy, so that is something I'm sacrificing on. One of the sacrifices that I made when I was very young, as in like my late teen years, right around like 16, 17, even before I found Dave Ramsey, the idea of having student loan debt really stressed me out. I remember having like borderline panic attacks, freaking out, you know, thinking that if I didn't go to a 4-year college, I wasn't gonna have that college experience that, you know, everyone needs. I wanted to go away to college, you know, not super close to home. I wanted to live in a dorm. I wanted that whole experience. But the idea of walking away with $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 worth of debt just was not okay with me. And it would like keep me awake at night. Not only just because of the debt, but because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So the idea of spending that much money to have a degree that I may or may not use just would not work for me. So I made this decision to go ahead and not go to college right away, or at least not a 4-year college like a university or whatever. I went to a community college instead, and some people, that might be a sacrifice that they're not willing to make. They want that college experience, but for me that was just too high of a price to pay. So I went to community college. I'm not going to say I took it as seriously as I should have when I was 18, but I'm just so glad that I didn't go to a 4-year college, get some degree that I wasn't sure I was going to use, and you know, I'd be saddled with a lot of student debt. I'm super lucky that I didn't go that route, and now I am back in community college. I did take like 3 years off just to work, and I went through a medical assisting program, but now I'm back in community college and I'm really happy with it. My costs per semester is very minimal, and I'm just kind of figuring things out still. So yeah, I definitely sacrificed that college experience to save a ton of money. My phone doesn't want to work to let me Google if this is the right website, but I will put the name of the website here. But use this website for sure if you are going to community college, and it will tell you all of the classes from your community college to your university of choice that will transfer over for your major of choice. So for example, like if I wanted to go into accounting or something like that, there are classes in addition to like an associate in accounting that I can take at the community college level that will transfer over to a university. So, you know, you're paying $46 per unit versus $400 plus per unit to take out the university, and it's the same class and you get credit either way. So definitely use that website to your advantage if you are doing community college before you transfer to a university. So another thing that I have sacrificed on is a lot of, to say experiences sounds bad, I'm not saying for the last year that I've been pretty motivated on my debt-free journey. I haven't had good experiences. I've definitely found budget things to do with my friends, with my family, with my boyfriend that have resulted in really great memories with them, but I do have to say no to a lot, and it's hard, especially when you really want to spend time with someone or your friends, and you just have to say no because it's just not in the budget. I think all of my friends are probably sick of that, but at the end of the day, it's my life, it's my debt that I'm trying to get under control. And in like a couple years, these people will probably be asking me for advice, once they start having to pay on their student loans and whatnot. But for example, like my boyfriend's sister organized like this trip to Mammoth coming up. I think it was supposed to be this coming weekend. And I was just like, I just can't. Not only would I have to like miss a day of school, which I'm really trying not to do, but I just don't have any money in any sort of like a travel fund right now. My boyfriend and I would love to go to Utah soon, do like a road trip there, but that kind of stuff is just on hold right now, at least for the time being, until I like kind of set up a sinking fund. But I'm just definitely having to say no to a lot, unless it's very, very cheap. Like, I think we got a Groupon for a couple concerts this summer, and my boyfriend's mom paid for that for like all of us, so that was really, really sweet of her. So things like that are free or cheap, I can still do, but I do say no to a lot of things. But I'm just saying no to those things temporarily, so that way when I am completely out of debt, I can go ahead and do all sorts of things. My friends, if you're watching this, don't worry, I will be able to be fun again someday. The last thing that I have sacrificed is my free time. There is not a time in my day, except for very rare, I would say 90% of my days or my waking hours are spent working or at school. So if I am not at work or at school, I'm sleeping. If I'm not doing either one of those things, I might be spending an hour or two with TJ, maybe on a date, or I'm studying, which counts as school in my opinion. So I am just very, very focused on spending my time wisely. I don't do things just like for fun. For me, YouTube is fun for me, which it just happens to also make me a little bit of money. So that is really nice. I choose to focus on things that will help me with my goals. So I don't play games, I don't watch a lot of TV unless I'm working at the same time. I don't have time to like go horseback riding or things like that I've enjoyed in the past. I'm focusing on my goals, and I'm doing what it takes to get there as quickly as possible, so that eventually I can do all sorts of things for fun. So yeah, definitely I encourage you, if you think you're up for it, to kind of get some sort of a side hustle, a part-time job, whatever you have to do. I think YouTube is a great option. Obviously, for most people, it does take quite a while to be able to make any money from it, but you never know. Your channel could just kind of explode overnight one day. I think TJ is going to be making a channel soon, nothing related to budgeting, but related to kind of his interests. So I'm excited for him for that. He wants to start making some additional income too, so both of us will just be busy little bees. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing all about the sacrifices that I'm making on my debt-free journey in order to reach my goals as quickly as possible. I want to make a video soon talking about what I want to do as soon as I'm debt-free, like immediately as soon as I'm debt-free, as well as my plans just for the future in general, kind of the long-term future. But I should be debt-free. I'm gonna like put this out in the universe October 2019. So I'm going to talk about the things that I want to do October, November, December, January of 2019/2020. So look out for that video soon, and if you are not already subscribed, please consider doing so. If you are subscribed but you haven't hit the notification bell yet, definitely do that so you don't miss any of my uploads. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for all of you who subscribe to me on Instagram and gave me video suggestions. I appreciate you guys. I just love hearing, what you want to learn about. It really helps me produce content that you guys want to see. So if you're not following me on Instagram already, definitely do so if you want to have some sort of like an input in the type of videos I'm making or things like that. So yeah, I will see you guys on the next video, and I hope you have a good one. I think I'm uploading this video on Halloween, so happy Halloween, be safe. Bye.